Hey, welcome to Ingrid's Insights. So, this is my channel where I think and talk about random ideas that come up in my mind as I watch movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, and other media. Today, I'll be looking at some of the controversy surrounding Lee Daniels' newest movie, The Deliverance, which premiered on Netflix and a select few theaters in August. The movie overall is watchable. It received 35% from critics and 41% from viewers on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 5.1 out of 10 stars on IMDb. These scores are pretty much in line with my score of 3 out of 5 stars, but the overall quality isn't the focus of this video. I wanted to dig into what some people are saying about a particular character and a particular scene in the movie. The character is Alberta, who is played by Glenn Close. Alberta is the white mother of the biracial Ebony, who's the protagonist. And Ebony is played by the multi-talented Andra Day. What I found out about Andra Day is that she actually was born in Washington State. One article said Edmonds, the other one said Spokane. I don't know. But that's where I live right now. I just thought that was kind of neat connection. But Lee Daniel gives himself some artistic license here, as in real life, Alberta is Rose, and Rose is the black grandmother and mother of LaToya, who is also unambiguously black. So here's Rose, and then there'll be a picture of LaToya. And of course, the biracial Ebony plays LaToya in Daniel's film adaptation. So some say this is an ongoing issue with Daniels inserting whites or unambiguous biracial characters in black stories. So this is the crux of the controversy and focus of this video. Does Lee Daniel do a disservice to the black community in black stories by replacing our black characters with white or biracial characters? Well, many across social media say yes. So some of the first inklings of this sentiment I noticed were on X. And yes, I'm on X, and it can be problematic, but I'm on it. My daughter gives me a hard time about it. So anyway, it started with Daniel's post about Glenn Close's portrayal of Alberta. Every black person knows an Alberta. She's part of the fabric of our community, but we never have seen her on screen before. Thank you, Glenn, for bringing her magnificently to life. So, here Daniel states that we all know Anna Alberta and she's part of the fabric of the community. Well, many disagree. On X, KT says, truthfully, we didn't even need an Alberta because LaToya was black, fully black. So to throw fabric of our community on it is truly asking to F the vibe up. I haven't seen one damn white account talking about this movie, and here you go talking about some fabric of the community. And then we have Papa Smoke coming up soon, but here's LaToya in the actual home. Papa Smoke says, ain't no damn Alberta the fabric of our community. Here's another one from Captivating John. Lee Daniels is a fat faison lie. He's from Philly, and I ain't never met that Alberta character in any hood. Fabric of our community, my A. And he's from West Philly, too. F out of here. And then Cream Corn says, this is a lie. I don't know her. In my fam, you used her to say what you and the rest of the fun boys say in private when speaking on black women. Sniff, sniff, I can smell that nappy kitty cat. F out of here. Now, on some level, I agree with the last comment because it did seem like a very strange comment for Alberta to say, and I get it. Once you see the movie, I don't necessarily want to have spoilers, but at some point, someone gets possessed, and this is one of the things that they say. And if it's a demon, then you can justify, well, the demon is just going to say anything. But it's just, that didn't come out of thin air, and it seemed like a dig at black women. So, but that's just pure speculation. But that I had to rewind that part several times. So let's take a look at it.
They ain't gonna get the one that's going to really blow the internet up, and that's the one when she's. And that's gonna come out. That's the one, and that'll be the meme of all memes.
So in this particular clip, closest performance has been called campy, comical, racist. So I had to replay this clip several times to make sure I had heard what I thought I heard. Nappy is a trigger word for me because many West African enslaved people's hair was called nappy by their enslavers. And to call hair nappy is to say it's bad hair, and non kinky hair is good hair. So I don't know. I think the scene itself has been retweeted and shared on other social media and may have usurped all other performances in the movie to focus on this one clip. So, what do you guys think? Because I'm willing to say that, it just may be a trigger word for me. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. But there was something that was a little off about it, something that wasn't quite right. And even Daniel's response in that clip about how, she's going to say this and it's going to go viral. And then to the point of, I think it was Cream Corn said on X, it's like this is just some kind of dig or put down that you share amongst other gay men about black women, and this is what you say about them. And I for some reason that resonated with me. I don't know, doesn't matter in some ways, because what other people think of you is really none of your business. And we could maybe think of it as like, well, what did people say about Asian women, or what did people say about white women? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that maybe as black women we shouldn't attach so much to meaning to it. It's really only in his head. So he's the writer, he's the creator, he wrote the words. And if he has a problem with black women, then that is his problem to sort out and not ours. But I would say just in general that the line was somewhat clunky and didn't make a lot of sense. Jay Mulhound says, well said, Lee Daniels. My wife is biracial, and her white mama is definitely Alberta adjacent. She's the matriarch of that side of the family and plays no games. It was a unique experience watching Glenn Close bring my mother-in-law to screen. Enjoyed the movie. So Suki says, for people that grew up in the Midwest and South, we have this person as a family member. You can see it in family photos. I don't know why the thread is acting like he made this person up. They are there and have a story too. So it seems that some have, or at least on X, some people on X have direct experience with these white women that are part of the community, or part of the fabric of the community. Then it came to light that many or much of Alberta's accent and mannerisms were based on a popular TikToker with the handle Miss Henry. So let's listen to Miss Henry, and you let me know below if you think that Alberta's character was based on Miss Henry.
They first got in touch with me May 22nd, 2022. What they say? Oh, this the voice coach. A coach in a film and television. I would like to hire you to read a character in a script I'm working on. Say what? Say huh? Oh, and why my phone got Lee Daniels' number still in it? Oh, okay. Because I ain't had shit to do with it, right? Like, I didn't read for his movie. Oh, okay. But you know everything. See, that kills me about people. Stop acting like you know everything. You don't know shit about what folk got going on out here in this world. And just to be clear, I ain't got shit to prove to you. But you said, no, I didn't. When I put that check in the bank, it said the fuck I did.
All right, so if you haven't seen the movie, you're going to need a point of comparison. So I'm going to include a snippet of Glenn Close's portrayal of Alberta, and then let me know in the comments below if you think you can see, because obviously Miss Henry said that she was definitely asked to read for it, but how much of Miss Henry do you think that they actually put into this character? All right.
Why didn't you let me take that boy to church?
Because he don't want to go, Mom, and I don't like making him do what he want to do.
Well, I was hoping he could have. Never mind.
If you got something to say, just say it.
This catfish got too much garlic.
Here we go. Off to the races. Said you wasn't gonna do this.
I'm just saying. Who taught you to cook like this? Not me.
I'm not sure if this is the overall best example of the dialect or the accent to compare, but I do think overall it is one of the better scenes in the movie, and it shows that this is an ensemble sort of cast. And it's interesting that you really do get to see the interactions between the grandmother, the mom, and the grandchildren. So, but there's a little, when she speaks of the catfish, you can kind of hear a little bit of that accent there. So what do you guys think? Now, does this make Miss Henry the Alberta Lee Daniels envisioned? Well, yes and no. Miss Henry seems to be far more successful and balanced than Daniel's caricature that struggles with every element of her life. Yet, we can't really deny that Close has some similarities to Miss Henry's mannerisms and cadence to create Lee Daniels' vision. So, the question still remains, does casting Alberta's character take away from the Black story being told? And what do you guys think about that? Think about the nappy PUSSY clip. It seems like to me, perhaps. So yeah, I do think that at this point, within the context of the film, perhaps. Most of the conversations and viral moments around the movie are tied to Glenn Close's portrayal of Alberta or to this nappy PUSSY clip. This fascination with Alberta's dress, her accent, the toxic relationship with her biracial Black presenting daughter takes away from the central premise and theme. The premise being how a troubled Black family escapes demonic possession, and the theme of dealing with one's demons literally and figuratively and spiritually are all an afterthought to this white woman in invisible blackface. This is no disrespect to Miss Henry, because I think she's an authentic person, and I think her life is her life, and she's Southern and she grew up that way. I'm not talking about her. So this is no disrespect to her and other women like her, but Alberta's presence in the movie, with the way she was written, shifted the focus from the Black lens, which is too bad, because this lens is what humanizes Black folks, which makes our stories just as universal as any other group of people. This isn't the first time Daniel has whitewashed characters in Black shows. Main Darian, a content creator I follow on Instagram, replied to my low-key efforts to defend Daniels on Daniel's post about Alberta being part of the community. Check it out. Here I go. To be fair, Lee said a part of the fabric of the community. He didn't say an integral part, a foundational part, the most important part, just a part. He made a quality film, let's not ruin it. Quality film is debatable, but let's take a listen to Mandarian's response to my post.
He said long time. You might be right, but judging from the tweet, he tweeted it last week. What's never the case? Something else Lee said a long time ago. Lest we forget when he said he made his show Star with the white girl in Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody wig. We are in a very dangerous state right now in our country, and I wanted white people to feel good about being white because right now there's a lot of hatred going on. I'm going to let you keep reading. But make no mistake now, Lee walked it back. Well, he clarified himself. He explained that why am I putting a white girl in the middle of this black environment with a sister who is half black, with a other single who is an entitled, very rich black girl with a transgender that is beautiful. What am I doing that now? We're in a difficult time in America. I foresaw where we would be right now. So let's be clear. Lee Daniels says a lot of problematic shit. But y'all forget, some of y'all like drama. Y'all like black trauma on TV.
I still maintain that Daniels didn't say that Alberta was the fabric of the community, but his attention to her outside all the other characters may have implied it. Then, as Mandarian points out, Lee Daniel has lit his slip show around his affinity for white folks, and even going as far as to protect their feelings, as we see in that clip. The idea of wanting whites to feel good about themselves is the core problem. Why would any show about black folks need to try to make whites specifically feel good about themselves when the objective should be to conceptualize well-written black stories that transcend race and land in the universal realm? But trying too hard to transcend race can also be problematic. All right, so we're getting close to the end here. Jessie Wu, the Dish Nation co-star and YouTuber, had some thoughts behind Daniels casting a white actress to play a black character.
Lee, no, okay? I wish Lee Daniels would just say, I casted this white women's because I want to get white eyes on this. Let's just be for real. Unfortunately, black movies don't get the push that white movies get. So let's just be honest. I wanted to cast her. I want to get white butts in the fucking seats. Like, can we be for real? Can we be for real? I'm going to tell you right now. I have a meeting today. I'm going to tell you right now. I have a meeting today in a couple hours. Prayerfully, that meeting will lead to me co-hosting a show. One of the first things I'm going to ask for is for a white co-host or a non-black co-host. Some of y'all going to be like, what? Because I want to tap into other markets. Like, it is what it is. I don't want to just be a black host doing black things. Like, you get pigeonholed. Like, you start to be boxed in, and it's like, no. I want to talk to everybody. One day, I want to have my own Wendy Williams style show. I don't want to just talk to black women. Now, am I always going to be black women's first? Absolutely.
Wu speculates that Lee Daniels is enticing a white audience by including white characters in black stories. I too thought about this reasoning, especially in this post-pandemic, pre-election Puffy Combs divisiveness climate. All black stories may not be so inviting to a non-black audience. Perhaps Daniels didn't want his films to land in the Tyler Perry's blaxploitation universe, but unfortunately I think it's just the next town over with its campy appeal and overwrought dialogue. It also came to mind that what director wouldn't really want to work with Glenn Close, especially one like Lee Daniels, who is still emerging as a creative force in Hollywood. Simply, really, there is no clear answers to whether on one extreme Daniels just wanted to appeal to white audiences, or he's just brainwashed by white supremacy and believes that in order for us to succeed, Whites or non-blacks need to be involved, and I suppose Jessie Wu also feels the same way. You know, I thought it was telling that Jessie Wu started her review of Deliverance. You didn't see this part, but I'll just share it here. That Latoya, who is the real life Ebony character, who is fully black, she said her story needed no embellishments. Those were Jessie Wu's exact words. And black stories are enough. But by the end of her review, she said in her like straight blonde wig, she's insisting that she needs to have a white or a non-black co-host so she can be appealing to all people. So not just a black audience. Don't get me wrong, I really do like Jessie Wu. I thought this review was actually very good. And I think it's good to be vulnerable. Doesn't mean I think she's wrong or anything for what she said. I just really, when I say interesting, I mean it. Like, it is interesting that, on one hand, she's saying, no, black stories are well enough. We did good enough. We don't need any embellishments. Then sitting there with someone else's hair texture on her head and probably at least one shade lighter than her actual skin tone in terms of makeup, she's saying that, no, if I really want to appeal to white people, and that's really what it is, right? Because general audience is mostly just white people. Because everybody else, which is so interesting, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, is like wanting to be white adjacent. Like, it doesn't even matter about other people. We're really just talking about if it appeals to white people, because they happen to be the people that run everything at this point in history. So anyway, this is a blatant kind of contradiction, highlights what I think is a part of the issue. Proximity to whiteness is always better. Whether it be our stories, our hair, etc. Whether it's practical, as in the case of appealing to a greater audience, or working out childhood trauma by calling black women's genital hair smelly and nappy. Daniels may have shown his preference and ours. And that's the greater issue here. Not just Daniels, not just Wu's, not just mine, but ours as a collective. And I know it's not like that for everyone, but I'm just stating that I oftentimes more than not. So, can blacks, so it still remains, what do you think? Are black stories enough? Can they be universal without whitewashing? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for your time, like seriously, because I know it's valuable. This has been about 20 minutes or so. And if you're still here, please subscribe. It's free. Please like and share and comment, especially if you disagree or you think there's so many other ways I can improve my content. And check me out on TikTok. All right, bye. Toodles.